Welcome to the Pulsating Biology, where we are covering the topic nutrition in animals. For the O levels biology, we have already discussed some of the topics in the previous video. In this video, we are talking about the what are the diseases that are caused by the lack of vitamins. We've already discussed that how important vitamins are for our body. However, they are not synthesized by our body, and often students convert it as the energy component, but it is not the energy component of the body, neither it is produced by the body or synthesized by the body. However, lack of vitamin does affect our body in certain manners. It causes two kinds of a very common disease. One is the rickets that is found in the young ones, and other ones is the scurvy. Both of them are caused by the loss of certain enzymes. That is, the rickets is caused by the lack of vitamin D, whereas the scurvy is caused by the lack of vitamin C. We are going to talk about each of them in detail. Let's first talk about the rickets. Rickets is very common when it comes to the malnutrition or any in any diet in which there is a lack of vitamins. Then we say that the one individual suffers from the rickets. When you talk about rickets, it is a disorder occurring in children due to the deficiency of vitamin D mainly that causes the poor teeth and the bone formation. When you talk about poor teeth and the bone formation, basically it weakens the bone, as vitamin D is very important for the bone formation, and whenever there is a lack of this vitamin, the bone formation becomes very weakened and causes the poor health. It also causes the weakening of the bones. As it causes the weakening of the bones, we say that the bones become very soft and fragile. They are very easy to be broken, and they are often very prone to the fracture. The weight bearing bone of the leg often curved out, that we say that they are more prone to the fracture. We say that they are more prone to the fracture as the bones are not that very strong. They are very soft and fragile. And also that the joint, what happens besides the bones, the joints become very swelled up and they're not very efficiently working. We say that they're very swelled up with the multiple fractures. Whereas when you talk about the rickets in adults, we say that whenever the rickets occur in adults, it is the cause of the vitamin D, of course, but we say that whenever there is a deficiency of vitamin D, the disease that is caused in the adults is often termed as the osteomalacia, which means the calcification is not being taken place, and due to which the disease is being caused, that is termed as the osteomalacia, in which there is basically the swelling in joints and softening of the bones, which make them fragile and more prone to the fractures. This is a similar case, but whenever we say that the deficiency of vitamin D occurs in the adult, we call it as osteomalacia, or whenever it is caused in the adult ones or the young ones, we call it as the rickets. This is the difference between the rickets and the osteomalacia. The next disease that we are going to discuss that is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin is scurvy. Vitamin C is deficient in the scurvy. We say that it is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin C. What happens in the scurvy is that there is a swelling bleeding of the gums. Whenever there is a swelling gums and bleeding is basically taking place, we term it as the scurvy. Also, it is also termed as the loosening of the teeth. Whenever there is a loosening of teeth and the teeth are not misplaced on their proper position, we call it as the scurvy. It is a very common symptom when it comes to the this disease. Another thing is that hemorrhage and internal bleeding occur in muscles and the skin. Whenever the internal bleeding takes place, we call it as the leading cause is the scurvy in the muscles and the skin. It also leads to the poor healing wounds. The wounds are not able to be healed, so it leads to the poor healing wounds. Also, what effect it has towards the joints and the bones. So the swollen painful joints basically is been experienced by by the condition of the patient that is going through the scurvy. We say that the swollen painful joints, these are the all symptoms and the condition that a patient of scurvy goes through. That is, he suffers from the swollen gums, and that causes the bleeding. Then the losing of teeth, they lose the teeth are not that be able to be placed on its proper position. Then we call it as internal bleeding starts to occur in the muscles and the bones. And since due to these conditions, there is a very poor healing wounds, and scurvy are not able, and the condition and the people who are suffering through scurvy, it is a condition where people are not healing from their wounds. And other than that, we say that when it comes to joints and the bones, there are swollen painful joints due to which they cannot move very properly. This is another disease that is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin, that is the vitamin C. All right. So when you talk about minerals, the most important minerals that is are an inorganic salt required to perform physiological function is the water. Water is a very essential component of our diet. We say that almost daily we need to consume 2 to 3 liters of the water on daily basis. That means almost 8 glasses of water shall be drank by 8 glasses of water shall be drank by the every person in order to stay healthy and taking the balanced diet. What does the water do? Water basically provides a medium for all the reactions. Number one pointer says that it is a medium for all the metabolic reactions that are taken in the body, whether catabolic or anabolic, are basically the solvent is the water. It also helps in the transport of nutrients or the excretory products or the hormones or many of the other substances. So basically, we can say in turn that the water is a transport medium or helps in the transportation. Helps in transportation, whether it is excretory product, whether it is a nutrient that is required by any body part, we say that it is helps in the transport. Also, that the water is composed of blood fluid, and outside the cell and many lubricant fluids in our body mostly is the water. We say that the fluids mostly inside our body is the water. Since the human body contains almost 75% of the water. So the 75% of the human body consume and it takes in the water. Other than that, we say that the water needed for it is needed for the all the hydrolytic reactions, all the hydrolytic reactions in which the water involvement is necessary. The water is already present in our body regardless of the metabolic or the catabolic reactions. Other than that, if we talk about the plants, plants also need the water in a very much quantity for the process of the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process through which the plant basically makes up their food or the glucose by the conversion of energy. In that process, the water plays a very important role. All right. It also helps in the regulating the body temperature in the animal body. When you talk about the main function of the water, we say that it is the homeostasis. That is, the maintains the body temperature, maintains the body temperature. These are the major fulfill functions of the water. That it is a medium for all the reactions. All the reactions that are taking place in our body, whether it is physiological reaction, metabolic reaction, catabolic, or even the anabolic reaction, but particularly the hydrolytic reaction, the one in which the H2O, that is the water, is basically involved. It is a transport medium for all the quantities. We say that whether it is for the nutrients, excretory products, hormones, or any other substances, water plays a very important role. Other than that, in our body, the fluids that are composed of the water are basically in whether they are inside the cell or outside the cell. Many lubricating fluids in our body are in the form of water. And then we talk about plants, regardless of the animal. We said that the photosynthesis is a process that takes place in the plant in which water plays a very important role. And the major important role that a plant of the water plays in the human beings is that it maintains the body temperature, that we say is responsible for the homeostasis, that is the body temperature regulation. This is the function of the water, and this is we need to learn about mineral itself, and the minerals are the inorganic salts required to perform the physiological function. And the most important inorganic salt that is required in the form of a mineral is the water.